Imagine a world where the very fabric of society is torn apart, not by war, by famine, or by natural disaster, but by the deliberate actions of a government. This is not a tale from a dystopian novel. This is the real-life story of the Soviet Union under Stalin's regime and the harrowing impact of the Gulag system on its population. The word Gulag is more than just a term. It's a bleak symbol of repression, suffering, and death. But beyond the immediate and horrifying reality of the camps themselves, the Gulag system had a profound and lasting demographic impact on the Soviet population. Let's delve into the depths of this dark chapter in history and understand the magnitude of its consequences. At its core, the Gulag was a vast network of labor camps that spread across the Soviet Union, designed as a tool for political repression. Millions were sent to these camps under accusations of treason, counter-revolutionary activities, or even minor criticisms of the Stalinist regime. It's estimated that between 1934 and 1953, the peak years of the Gulag system, between 14 million and 18 million people passed through these camps, with another 6 to 7 million being exiled or forcibly resettled. The demographic impact of these figures is staggering. Families were torn apart, communities were depleted, and generations were irrevocably scarred. The male population in particular suffered heavy losses, leading to a significant gender imbalance in the Soviet Union that lasted for decades. The birth rates plummeted as a result of the separation of men and women, and the surviving population aged prematurely due to the harsh conditions and psychological traumas endured. Beyond the sheer numbers, the psychological impact on the Soviet citizens was profound. The culture of fear and suspicion cultivated by the regime eroded trust within communities and even within families. The paranoia instilled by the omnipresent threat of being disappeared into the Gulag system fragmented the very social fabric of society. Perhaps the most tragic demographic effect was the silencing of dissent and the suppression of potential political and intellectual leadership. Countless bright minds were extinguished in the gulags, robbing the Soviet Union and the world of their potential contributions. This intellectual vacuum echoed through generations, affecting the cultural and political development of the Soviet Union long after the camps were officially closed. In conclusion, the demographic impact of the Gulag system on the Soviet population goes far beyond numbers and statistics. It is a tale of lost potential, of deep psychological scars, and of a society forever altered by the shadow of repression. As we reflect on this grim chapter of history, we are reminded of the resilience of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable adversity and the crucial importance of memory and justice in healing the wounds of the past. The legacy of the Gulag is not just in the numbers, it's in the stories of those who survived and those who didn't, urging us never to forget and never to repeat the mistakes of our past.